Hi everybody, join me.
Because today we're going to be making steak stir fry.
Okay, so what you'll need at the start is a packet of stir fry and a piece of steak. We'll only be using half of this, the other half will be going back into the fridge for later. And optional is some cracked black pepper, or if you're that way inclined, you might want to try some mixed herbs, or maybe some coriander, especially with steak. Something like that might be a bit nice. You can also get steak shakes. Those sort of things go well with this. In fact, I might get myself some steak shake. Okay, what I've found in my cupboard is the bottom of this Moroccan perfect shake. Really, it's for chicken and lamb. There's not very much in there. If you are going to use these sort of shakes, really typically, I suppose that is enough. You don't really want to be going too excessive with it, but you do want it to cover the meat. So I don't think I'll be using all of this, but I will give it a go because I've never tried it. Yeah, that's well enough. I do like the smell of that, so hopefully that will come across very nice with the meat. And also in the pan, I've already put some cracked black pepper, and now I'm just going to add some sunflower oil. You don't want to go too mad with the oil, but you don't want it to be, I mean, it is a stir fry, it's gonna need a bit of oil. Okay, so over to the cooking area. What I've got here is two very nice pieces of steak, huge, and we're just going to use one of them, and we're not going to use a knife. I've gone for the scissors. Let me show you how easy this is. Okay, so first thing I want to do is take off any of these little white bits because my dogs prefer them. My dogs appreciate it more than I do. That's about it, and now I don't want to get too much of this gristly stuff in one piece, so you want to make your pieces nice and small and cut off any other sort of crap that you come across along the way. You don't want to go too big, make them nice and thin. What I tend to do is just use the top half of the scissors, don't go the whole length, and just little shortcuts like that. It just comes off really easy. This also works when you're cutting chicken. I've not tried it on pork, but I know it works with bacon. And it's so much safer than using a knife as well, you know. So there's that. You can tell people you're being safe. And yeah, just cut yourself some strips like so. It's a bit gristly. We'll chop that piece off, give that to the dog, chop that bit off there as well, because you know I'm not a big fan of bristle. Got loads of meat this time. Being prepared. So here's my pan and here's my spatula. I like to go with the nice flat edged one. It's good for flipping and things like that. And before I turn the power on, the power is still off, just going to throw my meat straight in there and just marinate this a little bit in that oil. There's quite a lot of oil in there. I think I might have overdone it with the oil. I'll throw some more of this shake in. Okay, yeah, I have got a little bit too much oil there, I think. but we'll see. Maybe it'll cook off. Oops, wrong one. Okay, so we got it on the fire. It's on full heat, and right now I'm just sort of trying to scrape the herbs off the edge of the pan. I'm not really too worried about the meat as long as it stays flat, not clumpy. I don't want the pieces to be all clumping together at this stage. I want them to be nice and just flat on the pan. I've got a pool of oil that I'd like to get rid of there. We'll wait till it heats up. Okay, so now we've got it sizzling. I want to start moving it around. I'm trying to get the meat to cover on all sides. We want each side of the meat to turn this nice colour here, like that. Okay, so just keep it in there, keep rolling it around, keep moving it around. Now it depends entirely on how you like your steak done. What I recommend if you're new to cooking steak is that you maybe cut some longer strips, and throughout the process you can just prod those, you can chop pieces off to see how well cooked it is. But I happen to know that roughly whereabouts I like my meat to be cooked. Also I just like steak, so you can't do it wrong for me. But those black bits that you can see now, that's the pepper. That's got absolutely nothing to do with burning. That's not burned at all. It's still pink in the middle. And you can tell also by the consistency. So it's starting to go good now. I'm just going to get rid of some of that oil. I haven't got rid of all of it, just some. When it starts to look like this, even throughout, getting towards where you want it cooked, but not fully cooked, I still want that for about a good few minutes at least. This is the perfect opportunity to throw in your stir fry. Now I've gone with the hot and spicy stir fry. It's just shop bought, hot and spicy. But as you can see, it's just peppers and green shit. I mean, you can put one together yourself if you really wanted. I don't see the point though. If they're going to cut it for me, you know, I haven't got time. I'm just going to make myself a meal. Look how much you get. That is a full pan. I don't know if I'll be able to eat all this. And now what I'm doing is I'm just mixing the meat in. I'm trying to get the vegetables into what's left of the oil, so that everything gets greasy but not overly so. It just wants to get a slight coating so that we've got no sticking to the pan. Everything will cook evenly, and yeah, it's starting to get there. So I'm tucking the sides underneath in a folding type motion, trying to tuck everything into the middle and then spread the middle around. So when it gets to about this stage where everything starts looking limp, this is the time that you want to take it off the heat and you're ready to serve. And there we've got steak stir fry, and she can't keep her hands off it.